More than a year into the pandemic, a housing crisis, and eviction moratorium. Many of you are asking questions as your apartment or home leases end. Drew questions, is it okay for leasing offices to raise rent 20% or higher, or does Georgia law prevent that? Let's verify. Our sources are 11 Alive legal analyst Page Pate and the National Multifamily Housing Council and an expert with rent.com. Here's what we found. Each state has different laws when it comes to controlling or overseeing rent. Georgia is one of 25 states that prevents rent control, according to the NMHC. Legal analyst Page Pate says there is no state that protects you from increases.
In Georgia, there is absolutely no rent control law. There is no restriction. In fact, Georgia has a state law that prevents cities like Atlanta, Savannah, Augusta from instituting any sort of rent control.
He says they can only bump up your monthly payments after your lease is expired. Your rent cannot go up while you're under contract. So what about during the eviction moratorium? If your lease expires now, can your landlord charge you more?
Absolutely, they can. The landlord has a lot of flexibility as far as setting the rent for any new lease on the property, even while the moratorium is in play.
Ryan Carberry with rent.com says if your landlord wants to raise your rent, you can try to negotiate with them before the moratorium expires on October 3rd. He says if you sign a longer lease, they might be more willing to work with you. So we can verify it is legal for landlords to raise your rent by any number so long as your lease is up. And 11 Alive is committed to fact-checking those claims you see online. If there's something you'd like for us to look into for you, send us an email at verify@11alive.com.